So it's not personal against you. It's just a recognized, known fact that 90% of the traders are going to lose all their capital, and it makes good business sense for the broker to take all those traders, put them on the B book, and allow them to trade against the broker. So obviously this enables the broker to not just get a small spread on each transaction, but to actually retain all the capital that was deposited from all these amateur traders who are trying to figure out how to trade. Some of them not new, but they may have been trading for years, but they still keep on coming back and refunding their account and losing it. And I think it's great that brokers do that, but is there a conflict of interest? Yes, but can the broker cause you to lose in your trades? Well, brokers can do some slight manipulation, and the trading platform itself is known to have adjustment settings that enable the broker to cause a little bit extra slippage or to manipulate the price just a little bit to take out a stop loss here and there to give them an extra edge. But this will always mostly apply to the type of traders who trade the way that the brokers want you to trade, which is, I've noticed, is how most of the mentors who are teaching how to trade are teaching people how to trade. And I kind of came to the conclusion that it's from the broker industry that this type of training comes out, showing people, oh, you should go to the very short time frame where it's safe for you to get in and out. It takes a lot of capital to leave a trade running. Nobody ever quite did the math on that, I know, because it doesn't take any more capital to leave trades running and to trade on a little bit longer time frame. You don't have to trade on a super long time frame, but if you're down on the very short time frame and you're jumping in and out multiple times per day with a tight stop loss every time, then any little manipulation that the broker's platform may automatically be doing when it executes the trades could more easily affect you. But what happens when you know that a pair is about to make a turn and you enter right when it's making a turn and the market takes off, it's not coming back, it's going hundreds of pips in the right direction for you, and it's not coming back? Can the broker do anything about that? No, they can't. Can the broker stop you from doing that over and over again? No, they can't, and that has been proven. If every time that you enter a trade, it turns out to be a fantastic winning trade, do you think that the broker is going to want to keep on taking the opposite position, taking the opposing position every time? Because if they do, they're just going to keep on losing. If you are identified as a winning trader, obviously the broker is going to quickly identify that and put you onto the A list of traders where you're on a different system. It's not kept in-house, and they always maintain this A book and B book categories of their customers, and it's only the 5 or 10% of the people who are on the A book, but that's not going to cause a problem for them. There's no conflict of interest. That having people on the A book is not going to cause a problem for them. It doesn't cause a problem if the traders become winning traders, because then they just put them on a different system and they keep on charging spreads, and they'll be a great customer for them for a long time. Is there a way that the broker can move the market and cause one individual trader to lose his trade? Of course not. The interesting thing is brokers don't have to do anything to cause 90% of the people to lose. That's known that they're going to lose. That's 90% of the people are going to lose. They don't have to do anything to cause that. There is a specific way to trade to get consistent profit, and 90% of the people don't know how to do that. So the fact that 90% of the people lose, that's not the broker's fault. The broker's not doing any evil thing to cause that to be true. So is there anything wrong with the brokers choosing the business model that maximizes profit for them? And in fact, I am more suspicious of the brokers who don't have a business model that maximizes profit. Because if a broker chooses a business model that doesn't maximize the profit for them, then they probably aren't even going to have enough capital to keep running, or maybe they won't have the revenue to hire qualified customer service people and technical support people. The brokers that have the market maker business model, or they all have a hybrid of that, where the A-list traders are obviously going to be put on a different system. So I think all of the market maker brokers have the hybrid business model, and therefore they're the most successful, they're the biggest, and they're going to be the most financially solvent and likely to stay in business. Over the years, I've heard so much talk about the difference between dealing desk brokers and ECN brokers, or straight through processing brokers. And then I noticed that in the US, one of the first brokers who advertised this ECN thing and was very popular for a few years went out of business. Then the next most popular broker, the largest broker, FXCM in the US, was shut down because they advertised themselves as an ECN broker, but the third-party liquidity provider was actually them. They just formed a separate company to provide the liquidity. And do you think that these other brokers who advertise themselves as ECNs and STP, that they're not doing that? Have you investigated that you know that these brokers that you think are really good because they're ECN or STP, that the liquidity provider is not actually them as a third-party company? Makes sense to me to choose a successful broker, a broker that is well capitalized, well established, has a good reputation, and among the traders who do win, they are all giving reviews that they're having no problem with withdrawals. Why would they? Because the brokers are making all this money from the losing traders, and that's 90% of them. If they're taking care of the winning traders as well, then what's the problem? They're not stopping you from winning. Do you really want to trade with a broker that doesn't take advantage of the business model that maximizes profit for them? And do you really want your broker to not be successful? Why would you partner with a company and want them to not make money? That's the thing that I have always wondered, is people shopping for the lowest spread, always shopping for the lowest spread because they don't want their broker to make any money. Why would you not want your broker to make any money? That's really insane, isn't it? I would want my broker to be making a lot of money so that we can stay in business together. And I think that they should charge a nice, reasonable spread. Why would you want them to give you this service for free? It all comes back to the belief that making money is bad, and that's why Forex traders often have so much inner conflict, because they're trying so hard to make money while another part of them believes that it's bad to make money or bad to sell things. And why is it that you think it's bad for your broker to make money? The ones who are able to maintain an impeccable reputation among the customers who are consistently winning, there will always be people complaining about the brokers, and you got to take it with a grain of salt, because you know that people are complaining and thinking that the broker is causing them to lose when it's not the broker that's doing it. But the people who know how to trade, if they're having good results with the broker, there's no complaints, then that would be the thing to look at. When the Swiss National Bank unexpectedly announced the removal of the peg of the Swiss with the euro of 1.2 Swiss francs per euro, it caused a huge chaotic volatility that day, wiped out many traders, and wiped out some brokers as well. Many of these retail traders lost more than their initial capital that they deposited, because this happened so fast that the broker was not able to execute stop losses and execute margin calls. And this caused some brokers to suffer from insolvency. And ironically, in the UK, the broker that did not survive was the most popular ECN broker, Alpari UK. If you think that it's safer with an ECN broker, have you observed what has happened over many years? There have been so many brokers going out of business. Have you known people, or have you yourself ever lost capital that you can't recover because a broker goes out of business? If you think that you're safer with an ECN broker, it could be an illusion, and it definitely is just another marketing tactic that in some cases has been proven to not even be legitimate, where the ECN status is really itself just an illusion, and definitely used as an alternative marketing benefit to get customers. Okay, so what's the bottom line? That's the most important point to now take home and for you to use in your future, is that if you're aware that yes, they are automatically taking the opposing position when traders enter trades, and no, they can't stop you from becoming a winning trader. And if you do become a winning trader, they just simply put you onto a different system. If you don't focus on trading on the extreme short time frames of the 1 to 5 minute or even the 5 to 15 minute, and using a tight stop loss and scalping and entering and exiting trades many times per day, which is the way that brokers want you to trade, then any of the possible tactics that are built into the trading platform to slightly manipulate price won't affect you. And if you know how to enter trades when the market is turning, there will always be an impulsive thrust of the market right when it's turning, and it won't be coming back if you know how to identify the specific points when the market is turning. And when you trade that way, no broker can ever stop you from winning over and over again. And I hope that this works out for you in the near future, that you can experience that for yourself. And I must say, we have a fascinating series of videos about this subject, which you can watch next right here.